I used to blame my face for looking tired. Turned out it was my hair the whole time. Nobody warned me that the exact styling choices we default to after 50 are the ones quietly adding years to how we're read at a glance. This video is about the specific hairstyle habits that are aging you right now, and the exact swaps that undo it. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results, fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1. The blunt one-length bob. Here's something a lot of women don't realize. A perfectly blunt, one-length cut is one of the most aging shapes you can put around a mature face, and it has nothing to do with length. It's the flat edge. When hair ends in one hard line all the way around, it creates a heavy horizontal frame right at jaw or chin level, and that horizontal weight visually drags everything downward. Your eye stops at that line instead of moving up toward her face. If you're looking in the mirror right now and your bob ends in one straight line, this is you. And it's not because the cut is wrong for your hair type. It's because a blunt line was built for someone with a completely different face, usually decades younger, with more natural fullness along the jaw to begin with. The fix is a soft, razored, face-framing layer built specifically around the jaw and cheekbone, not through the whole head. Ask for what stylists call point cutting, or razor texturizing, concentrated in the front pieces only, starting about 2 inches above the chin and blending down. This breaks the solid line into soft, irregular pieces instead of one heavy shelf. The layers should be long enough to still read as a bob, just softened at the exact spot where the flatness was happening. Here's what actually happens mechanically. When you remove that hard edge, you remove the single horizontal stopping point for the eye. Instead, the eye now travels along a broken, feathered line that naturally lifts toward the cheekbone. That lift is what reads as younger to another person glancing at you. It's not more hair. It's redirected movement. The snapback moment here is real. Women who make just this one change say the same thing almost every time. People stop commenting on their haircut and start commenting on their face. You look so rested. Did you do something different? That's the tell. When the compliment moves from the hair to the face, the fix worked. One more detail that matters. Ask your stylist to keep the layers concentrated at the front, not scattered through the crown, or you'll lose the density that makes a bob look intentional in the first place. This is a targeted fix, not a full recut. Maintenance is simple. A face-framing layer like this holds its shape for 8 to 10 weeks before it starts growing back into that heavier line, so a light refresh trim at the 6-week mark, just around the face, keeps the softness without a full salon visit. Swap this out. A hard, blunt, one-length edge at the jaw for soft, razored, face-framing layers concentrated at the front 2 inches. That one change moves the eye up instead of down. But the bob isn't the only cut quietly working against you. There's a length that everyone assumes is the safe, universal choice after 50, and it might be doing the opposite of what you think. Part 2. The mid-length safe cut. Here's the part nobody explains about mid-length hair. It's marketed as the universally flattering, safe choice, but there's a very specific range, right around shoulder to collarbone length, that does the opposite of flattering on most mature faces. It's called the aging zone by some stylists for a reason. That exact length hits at the point where the neck starts to show more softness, and instead of drawing attention away from it, hair sitting right at that line frames it and highlights it. If you've kept the same shoulder-length cut for years because it felt like the safe, non-committal choice, this is probably you. Nobody told you the length itself might be the issue, not the color, not the texture, just where it happens to end. The fix is moving the length just above or just below that specific zone, paired with movement. Either go slightly shorter, to a length that hits mid-neck, right below the ear, or go longer, past the collarbone by at least 3 to 4 inches, with soft layers built in. What you're avoiding is the exact horizontal line sitting right at the neck. Ask your stylist for long layer movement, if you're keeping length, or a jaw-to-neck cut if you're going shorter. Either direction works. The point is escaping that one specific zone. Mechanically, here's why it matters. Hair ending precisely at the neck creates a frame around the softest, least firm part of the face and throat. Moving the ending point either up, above the jaw, or down, well past the collarbone, removes that frame entirely and replaces it with either lift or flow. Short hair lifts the eye up toward the cheekbones. Longer hair with movement creates flow that distracts from the neck rather than boxing it in. The result women report after this fix is specific. It's not "you look thinner." It's "your neck looks longer." That's the tell that the length change worked, because it means the frame around that area is gone. A quick way to check this on yourself right now. Look in a mirror straight on. If the very ends of your hair line up almost exactly with your collarbone, you're sitting in that zone. That's the marker to change, not necessarily the cut itself. Maintenance here depends on direction. If you went longer, keep layers refreshed every 10 to 12 weeks so the movement doesn't grow out flat. If you went shorter, plan on a 6 to 8 week trim schedule to keep the lift at the jawline. Swap this out. Hair ending precisely at collarbone length for hair ending either above the jaw or well past the collarbone with movement built in. The exact stopping point is what's been working against you. There's a third habit almost every woman over 50 has been told is a classic, timeless choice. And it might be the most aging one on this list. Part 3. Overprocessed, uniform color. This one surprises almost everyone. Flat, single-process color, the same solid shade from root to end with zero variation, is quietly one of the most aging things a mature woman can do to her hair, and it's usually done specifically to look more put together. But solid, uniform color does something strange under normal light. It flattens the hair visually into one dense block. And a dense flat block reads as artificial and heavy against skin that has naturally softened and lightened with age. If you've been getting the same solid all-over color for years to cover everything evenly, you already know this is you. It felt like the responsible choice. It's actually working against your skin, not for it. The fix is dimension, specifically low maintenance, soft multi-tonal color, 2 to 3 shades within the same family, placed so they catch light differently across the head. Ask for baby lights, or low lights woven through. Not a full foil pattern, just enough variation so the color has depth instead of flatness. If you're not coloring gray hair at all, the equivalent move is asking for a gloss with subtle tonal variation, rather than a completely flat single-process gloss. Here's the mechanical reason this works. Light doesn't move across flat, single-tone hair, it just sits there. But when there are 2 or 3 tones woven through, light catches the lighter pieces and skips over the darker ones, creating natural-looking movement even when your hair is completely still. That movement is what a face reads as alive rather than done. It's the same reason natural, ungrayed hair looks more youthful. It was never one flat tone to begin with. Women who make this switch hear a very specific comment afterward, and it's almost never about the color itself. It's "your hair looks so healthy," or "it looks so natural." That's the marker that it worked, because dimension reads as health, and flatness reads as maintenance. A friend of mine went in for her regular color appointment and asked, almost as an afterthought, for a few lowlights woven through instead of the usual all-over shade. She said the stylist barely changed anything time-wise, maybe 15 extra minutes. 3 separate people asked her that same week if she'd done something to her skin. This kind of color actually requires less frequent salon visits, not more. Because there's no harsh line of demarcation at the root when it grows out, you can stretch appointments to 10 to 12 weeks instead of the usual 6 to 8 for solid color. Swap this out. 1 flat, uniform, single-process shade for 2 to 3 woven tones within the same color family. The depth is what reads as youthful, not the shade itself. There's one more habit left, and it's not about the cut or the color at all. It's about something almost nobody thinks to check. Part 4. Flat, pancaked roots. Here's the one almost nobody checks: root volume, or the total lack of it. Fine or thinning hair naturally loses lift at the scalp over time, and most women respond by brushing it flat and smooth because that feels neat and controlled. But flat, pancaked roots do something specific under overhead light, especially indoor lighting. They let light hit the scalp directly and show through, which visually reads as thinning even on hair that isn't actually thinning that much. If you catch yourself smoothing your roots down every morning out of habit, this is you. It feels tidy. Under real lighting, it's doing the opposite of what you want. The fix is root lifting at the blow-dry stage, not a product alone. Section the hair and blow-dry against the direction of growth, lifting each section straight up and away from the scalp before it fully cools. Then let it fall back naturally once dry. Pair this with a lightweight root lift mousse applied only at the roots while hair is damp, not through the length. Ask your stylist to show you a root lift blowout, once so you can see the exact hand position. Most women only need to see it done correctly one time. Mechanically, lifted roots change the angle at which light hits your scalp entirely. Instead of light traveling straight down onto flat hair and bouncing off the scalp underneath, it hits raised hair first and scatters, which is exactly what makes hair photograph and read as fuller in person, regardless of actual density. This isn't an illusion trick, it's the same principle stylists use for volume at the crown on any hair type. The snapback here shows up almost immediately, often within the same conversation. Women say people stop asking, "Have you thought about thickening treatments?" and start asking what product they use for all that volume. That shift, from a concern question to a curiosity question, is the tell that the fix landed. This costs nothing extra at your next appointment. It's a technique question, not a product upsell. Just ask your stylist directly to spend the last 5 minutes of your blowout lifting the roots instead of smoothing them flat. Swap this out. Smooth, flat, pancaked roots press close to the scalp for lifted roots with volume built in at the blow-dry stage. It's the single fastest fix on this entire list, and it costs you nothing but 5 extra minutes. For small shifts, and every single one of them was hiding in plain sight. Look at everything you just walked through. A blunt line softened at the face, a length pulled out of the aging zone, flat color turned into woven dimension, and roots lifted instead of pressed flat. None of that required starting over, just adjusting exactly where the problem was hiding. You already know more about why your hair reads older than most women who've been going to the same stylist for 20 years. Tell me in the comments which one of these 4 you're changing first: the bob line, the length, the color, or the roots. Next time, I'm breaking down the exact questions to ask your colorist, so you never leave a salon disappointed again. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.